Hey folks, this is old Texas Paul. I'm going to do something a little different here, and I want you to hang with me to the end. You know me, I don't talk to Republicans, don't have much use for them. But in this video, I want you to invite your dad, your crazy uncle, your whoever it is that's in your life that is MAGA, right wing, whatever. I want you to send them this video and invite them into this conversation. This is a nationwide problem, and frankly, they need to hear this. And since we're going to have Republicans here, let me start by addressing you guys. We have a problem communicating. I'm as liberal as they come. You guys tend to ignore everything people like me say and call it fake news. Big part of the problem is your news sources. Let's take, Fox News. We'll just pull one out of the air, Fox News. And I'll give you an example of what the problem is. Acting Secretary of Defense Christopher Miller went on Fox News and flat out lied. He said that the former administration had a plan to have troops at the Capitol. Then, when Christopher Miller was put under oath, under penalty of perjury, he said he had never heard of any such plan, and it did not exist to the best of his knowledge.
And we pivoted to setting up for January 6th, and Mr. Trump unequivocally authorized up to 20,000 National Guardsmen and women for us to utilize should the second part of the law, the requests, come in. But those requests never did, as you highlighted.
Let me be very clear. Both of you said this under oath, under the threat of a penalty of perjury to the committee?
Oh, absolutely, Sean.
Mark Meadows said on Fox News that, quote, even in January, that was a given. As many as 10,000 National Guard troops were told to be on the ready by the Secretary of Defense. Is there any accuracy to that statement?
I'm not from my perspective. I was never given any direction or order or knew of any plans of that nature.
To be crystal clear, there was no direct order from President Trump to put 10,000 troops to be on the ready for January 6th, correct?
No. That's correct. There was no order from the president.
That, folks, is the problem. See, Fox News isn't bound to tell you the truth. They've branded themselves in court many times as an entertainment source, not a news source. So they can lie to you like that legally. And that's what that was. That was a lie. So what I want you to do is I want you to take everything I say here and don't trust me. I want you to go not to some right-wing entertainment source. I want you to go to the sources that I tell you about and check what I say. Because, folks, we've got a problem here. And it's a problem that we're all facing. And it's the cost of hate and ignorance. And let me explain what I mean. And again, you right-wingers, stay with me. I'm not going to wrap your knuckles here. The Bureau of Labor Statistics every 2 years puts out a 10-year prediction on the amount of labor that will be available. Every 2 years, they look at what is out there on the ground, what's happening in the world, and they do an estimate for the next 10 years of how much labor will be available. And every 2 years, consistently, that is dropping. Our labor supply is dropping. Now, I know you folks on the right love to harp about inflation and gas prices are coming down. You're losing that one, but inflation is still there. And it's not being driven by fuel or shipping anymore because shipping prices have come down. What it's being driven predominantly by are labor costs. And the reason labor is so high is because the amount of people that we have coming into the labor market keeps shrinking. Then we had COVID, and 250,000 labor-aged individuals died. That does not include the number of people in that age bracket that have long-term disabilities now due to COVID. And it also doesn't include new things that we're learning, like young people who have developed COVID are now seeing a significant increase in the number of strokes they're having. So folks, y'all's decision to not treat COVID seriously and not get vaccinated, to not wear masks and do what was necessary, has a real net cost in inflation. It's also changed the upcoming generations and their views on things. Any non-factory worker grade person in this next generation that's coming up views telework as an extremely important factor in what they're looking for in a job. That's right. They want to work from home. They don't want to go into an office. This epidemic, this pandemic has changed us as a country. How do we fix it? Well, we can't breed our way out of it. We're just an old aging society, and historically, anytime a society or a kingdom or empire has faced this situation, the loss of young, able-bodied people, it dies. It disappears. It gets overrun and disappears from the face of the earth. How do we protect ourselves from that? Well, folks, we're a melting pot. There is no American single culture. And it's time for you folks on the right to broaden who's acceptable to you. We Democrats are trying to fix our immigration system to allow more people in from Asia, Central and South America, and Africa. Young, able-bodied men and women. You folks on the right keep blocking us from fixing that system. And a lot of it's due to hate. And this QAnon crazy right-wing extremist replacement theory. You do not go away just because somebody who speaks a foreign language as their first language comes here. We just grow as a country. We just grow as a country. And if we want to survive as a nation, if this time, 10 years from now, you still want America to be a leading power in this world, then you have to join us and help us fix this problem. You cannot continue to be a drag on what we are trying to do. And I will be completely honest with you. Yes, you have to go get vaccinated. Yes, you have to wear masks. I personally am not calling for mandates or vaccination mandates, to be honest with you, because I believe in Darwin's theory of evolution. And I think those that are too stupid to survive should die. And I know that's cruel, but it makes us a better people. So I'm asking you, if you have a brain in your head, you can verify what I'm saying. Stop following the cultish right-wing talking points on this and start looking at what's good for your country. That's all I ask. Old Texas Paul out.